With 368 regular season goals, 3 Rocket Richard trophies, and a reputation as one of the best players in the NHL, Auston Matthews is forever going to be known as a Toronto Maple Leafs legend. But now he's also going to be the 26th captain in Toronto Maple Leafs franchise history. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Victoria and I talk all things Toronto sports from Scotland, and today, of course, obviously, we're talking about the fact that Auston Matthews is the new captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs. I couldn't not talk about this. Auston Matthews is my all-time favourite hockey player, and there is obviously going to be some personal bias going into this video, so just a disclaimer about that right now. I literally at this moment have a necklace around my neck which has 34 and Matthews inscribed into it across 2 hockey sticks. I also have a 34 tattoo on my ankle, so I'm a true Auston Matthews fan, and so there's definitely personal bias, but I'm a fan, and if you want to hear my thoughts, stick around. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and also like this video. And so let's dive into my thoughts on the fact that Auston Matthews is now the captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Very unexpected news for a Monday in August, because there's never usually anything exciting going on in the hockey world then. It was announced that on Wednesday it is expected that the Toronto Maple Leafs will hand over the captaincy to Auston Matthews. It's been confirmed by multiple sources, and it means that Auston Matthews is the first American captain in franchise history, and he's also only the second non-Canadian after Matt Sundin. Entering his 9th season with the Leafs, the 26-year-old can't be denied applause for his on-ice performance, but does this make him qualified to be captain? John Tavares has of course been captain since 2019, but it has been reported by Darren Dredger that Tavares fully supports the change and that he's been heavily involved in the process. This indicates a very smooth transition and a step into potentially a new era of the Leafs. It ties in perfectly with recent coaching changes, with Craig Berube replacing Sheldon Keefe in the upcoming season. Tavares is also in the final year of his contract now, and of course his performance has been declining. He's definitely been slowing down in recent seasons, and I love John Tavares, and I don't see this change as any slight on him whatsoever. I think he has done a great job as it is. I think he's potentially gave all that he can to the role, and I do think that as his sort of place in the team changes, that this is a necessary transition to make. With the core four's lack of success in the postseason in particular, it does make sense that the Leafs want to be making tweaks and changes where they can, and this just seems to be another one of them. I don't think it means either that Tavares isn't staying on the Leafs. I don't think it means that he is leaving necessarily after his contract runs out, and I definitely can still see him staying on this team, but just in a slightly different role than he has been. I think he will have a less prominent position. He's obviously not part of the young group anymore that can really drive the team forward, and while he does bring experience and a different sort of set of characteristics, I don't think this means that he needs to stay captain, as, you know, he becomes less prominent on the team as he gets older, as he ages, and as his position within the team overall changes. The process of choosing an NHL captain is very complex, and there's a variety of factors involved in making this decision. In the hockey world, it's seen as a very high honour and a privilege to be captain, and it is much more symbolically than just the responsibilities that you have as captain wearing the C. Trends also change when it comes to captaincy recruitment. Back in the 03-04 NHL season, the average age of an NHL captain was 32, and at that time the NHL had 5 captains over the age of 40. Fast forward 10 years to the 13-14 season and the average age was 29, and it seemed like overall it got a lot younger. And currently captaincy still tends to favour the youth slightly, with last season's average age of captain being 31, but with the likes of Suzuki, Hughes and Kachuk, they're all still in their early 20s, and also Crosby and Ovechkin, who are the two longest serving captains, they've had their position as captain since before they were 25 too, and so even though they're older now and driving up the overall average, when they were awarded their captaincies, they were also very young. In an interview with NHL reporter Ryan Clark, Florida Panthers coach Paul Maurice stated that what you want in a perfect world is a player that other players can emulate, before going on to explain that work ethic is a vital part of a captain's skills and something that is crucial in their leadership role. It needs to be someone who can motivate the team as well as speak for them. You can't deny that there is no one better on the Toronto Maple Leafs right now than Auston Matthews, and so he sets a higher precedent for everyone else to follow. And while players will not be able to do exactly what he can do, his hard-working ethic sets the bar for the rest of them to keep up with that standard, and that is something that everyone should be very excited about, given how many people criticise certain individuals on the team for not making full effort, particularly in the postseason. Choosing a captain is basically setting a precedent and an example for others to look up to on the team, and Auston Matthews is a hard worker with a great ethic whose game has really continued to improve in recent seasons, and his performance has become more well-rounded too. He's not just an amazing goal scorer, but defensively he really improved in recent seasons too, and so he is able to set a high standard for the rest of the team to look up to. Of course, the only people who can know the true work ethic of a player are those who work directly with them on a daily basis. As fans, we can only get a glimpse into what the ethics of these players are. We can see obviously their on-ice performance, and we do get some insights into how they act behind the scenes in the locker room and at training. But truly, we don't get a full insight into this, and it's only the people who work directly with the team every single day that will be able to make the decision about whose work ethic and whose values align with that of a captain. And clearly it's been decided that Auston Matthews is the person for that role. And while I think it's totally fine to criticise decision making within a team, it is one of these decisions that I think truly you can only know inside out if you are one of the ones making that choice. He's clearly been selected because he shows up every day, he puts in full effort both in practice as well as in games and also in all the behind the scenes areas. He'll also be entrusted, of course, with the several responsibilities that come with being captain, talking to on-ice officials for example, and also acting as a communication link between the coaching staff and the dressing room. Auston has really come into his own in recent years. His communication skills seem to have improved. You can see that in when he talks to the media as well as when he talks to other players on the team. He has of course been alternating wearing the A for some time now, so it's not like it came out of nowhere, and there's definitely a reason he's been selected for this role, and I'm really excited to see it. I did see a lot of people saying, why wasn't it Morgan Rielly? And I completely agree that Morgan Rielly definitely should have been a viable choice for the captaincy, because I think Morgan Rielly is a great guy with amazing experience and he really seems to have a great position on the team. However, I don't think any of us can really answer the question why not him, because we don't know these people personally. He maybe didn't want that role. Morgan Rielly maybe didn't want that for himself. Maybe it was decided there was something about him that didn't fit the kind of captain they were going for, or maybe Auston Matthews was genuinely just the best choice for the role. Also, Matthews being made captain can sort of symbolise a transition for the Leafs into a new era. Even though this isn't the most drastic of change, and I know that other fans were looking for more vital changes within the core group, I still think it's nice to see these little tweaks and these alterations being made. And though a change in captaincy can't win you a Stanley Cup alone, it can be argued that internal smaller changes can add up over time, and this could be just one little tweak as part of the bigger picture which eventually leads them to success. I personally am very excited about Auston Matthews being the new captain of the Leafs. I think that's a really exciting era for them to be in. I think he's matured as a person and a player so much over the years, and I'm really excited to see someone like Auston Matthews being given a chance like this. I'm a diehard Leafs fan through and through, and I'm always going to be excited for this team, but things like this make me even more excited for the upcoming season. I also put a poll up on Twitter and I want to see what people on the Bird app were making of this. And so I asked, Auston Matthews getting the captaincy is a good thing, agree or disagree? And by the way, it was typed very quickly, and autocorrect changed it to IN in Austin. I promise I do know how to spell his name. And right now, as I look at this, 87% of people agree that it's a good thing for the team. And so it definitely seems to be the majority, and I'm definitely one of them. I'm so excited about this decision, and I can't wait for it to be official on Wednesday. So those are all my thoughts on Auston Matthews becoming captain. Comment down below and let me know, what do you think? Do you think this is beneficial for the team? How do you feel about it? And does it make you excited for the upcoming season? Once again, make sure to subscribe for more content like this video, and I'll be back soon with more Toronto Maple Leafs chats from across the pond. Bye guys.
Here comes a double vision. Does Megan Fox have a tune or something? Might be the Prozac kicking in, but she tossed her drink in my face and I didn't even flinch.
My mom says love's not easy, just keep your head held high. People will find you pretty, I just wonder where they are. You like my Batman t-shirt, it costs like $50. Someone